In today's episode, we're going to look at my Tig Welding Torch setup. What's up everyone? Welcome to another episode from Pacific Arc Tig Welding. My name's Dusty. Thanks a lot for tuning in with me today. I got a few questions recently. A lot of people were wondering if I'm using the same torch setup. So we're gonna run down what I'm currently running for a torch setup. And for the beginners out there, I'm gonna do a quick rundown on how to put a torch together properly. So stick with me, this one's gonna be cool. To all the arc heads who watch the show every week, what's up? Welcome back, I appreciate you as always. To anyone who may be new to the channel, welcome. My name's Dusty. I'm a welding artist from Vancouver Island, Canada. On my channel, I do welding art as well as I also do how-tos and tutorials on TIG welding. So like I said, if you're new to the channel, bounce back, check some of the previous episodes. I got tons of how-tos and demos on TIG welding as well as all my art pieces. So let's get into some torch breakdown here and I'll show you what I'm currently running. So this is my current torch setup. It's pretty simple, but we're gonna take it apart here and I'll show you exactly what I'm running. So we'll start out by taking everything apart here. Unscrew everything, take everything apart. Okay, there we go. So the first thing I'm running here obviously is a CK9 style torch. It's a gas cooled or air cooled, whatever you want to call it. I run it through my CanaWeld 201 Pulse D machine. This machine's super dope. I upgraded this machine with this new whip as well as other hardware. And I gotta say, once I switched over to this new whip, this machine has just come to life for me. I use it on almost every project I do. It's so simple. It's just a great combination. I'll show some of my artwork on screen right now. This stuff takes me literally hours and hours to do. So you can imagine how much welding I'm doing. This torch does not heat up a whole lot. With the amount of stainless TIG welding I do in here, a CK9 style torch, again, this is the flex head one. It's a little flexy so you can get different angles and stuff, pretty basic, but it works really, really well for what I'm doing here. So like I said, it's the flex head, CK Worldwide. It's got this really nice grip on it, super smooth, super easy to hold. It's really thin as well. I love the dexterity of it. It kind of just feels like a paintbrush, to be honest. I call it my paintbrush, but basically that's it, what we're running for a torch. So what I'm gonna be running for the internals of the torch, I use the CK laser tungstens. They're really, really nice. I love these ones. These are 332. Everything here is for a 332 type setup. So aside from the tungsten, we're running a 332. This is a wedge style inner collet sleeve. These ones I prefer because I find that the slit ones tend to heat up too much and they get warped really quickly. So I prefer these wedge style ones for sure. It's a standard gas lens for a 9 style torch. If you are gonna order parts, make sure you order the right thread pattern. For a 9 style torch, it's specific to these smaller torch heads. But basically all you're gonna do, if you don't know already, you're gonna put the inner collet sleeve into the outer collet body, tighten it into your cup here. And what I usually recommend is just a little bit more than finger tight, just a little squeak with a pair of pliers. So just to tighten it up so you're making sure that as this heats up and contracts and expands, over use, it's not gonna come loose. But at the same time, you don't wanna do these up too tight simply because, like I said, as it expands and contracts over heat, if you have it done up too tight, what it'll do is it'll actually pull the threads over time and warp them. So the threads inside your torch head can become distorted and wrecked. So next thing I'll do is I'll put my back cap. This is a back cap from Shea Spec. I'll put it on screen right now. This guy makes amazing back caps. Go to his social media and hit him up through direct message. He makes new batches of these pretty regularly, so I can't recommend them enough. They look amazing. So I'll just loosely put the tungsten in there now. Just lightly tighten it up, don't need to smash it down. And I'm gonna show you what I use for cup setup now. So a lot of you may know I am sponsored by Edge Welding Cups. So I'm also sponsored by CanaWeld and Edge Welding Cups. Disclaimer here, I'm not paid anything to say this stuff. This is a genuine endorsement because I love these guys' stuff. If you look back on my channel, you'll see I've been using CanaWeld and Edge Welding Supply for almost a year now, and I haven't been sponsored that entire time. I simply use it because I like the stuff that much. So as you can see here, I got all kinds of stuff from Edge Welding. So this is a basic kit with some advanced stuff in it as well, but I'm going to show you the basic rundown of what they use for their torch parts and their torch internals. So the nice thing about the Edge cups is that everything is designed to work with an existing gas lens you already have. So like I said, this gas lens and stuff, you can get them off ckworldwide.com. You can get them off Amazon, you can get them anywhere. They're very, very simple, very universal. And what Edge has done is they've made it so their kits work universally with these types of gas lenses as well. So Edge has manufactured this little adapter system here. So it's a machined aluminum little body, so it's very light as well, which is nice. Because it's so light, it doesn't add any real weight to your torch, which is nice. And you wrap it with these two little heat-proof O-ring type of deal, like so. And then what we do is it just threads over your outer collet body, just like a cup normally would. And again, you just tighten it up enough so it won't fall off. And then the O-rings just act with a little sliding system where you just slide the glass firmly over top, and then you set your tungsten like so. And a general rule of thumb, I always prefer an amount of stick out that's equal to the width of the opening of your cup. So if it's a, let me see if I can remember this. So if it's a number 8 cup, that's 8/16. That's what it transfers to. The number on a cup always means number of 16ths. So at 8 is 8/16, ½ inch. So I'll never have my stick out more than a ½ inch. Obviously there's ways you can goof around to get different setup for a different stick out or anything like that. You can totally do that. I just prefer to kind of stick within that ballpark. Just my preference, that's all. So the Edge cups are sweet because you get lots of different variations you can kind of ask for. One cool thing about Edge is you can ask for a certain configuration. They will literally make a custom type cup for you. They do all of their glass blowing, whether it's glass, Pyrex, all kinds of stuff they do. Check their website, they have everything on there. These are Pyrex. I love them. They're super simple. I have broken a few. Obviously that's a hazard of buying glass or Pyrex or anything like that. If you drop it on the floor, it's a wrap. It's gonna break pretty easy. So only downside to it, just make sure you have a good torch holder so when your torch is chilling on your table, it's not gonna slide off, fall on the floor, bam, break a cup, you're gonna have a real bummer day. So like I said, we got different sizes here, we got different configurations. I got a few different types in here I'll give you a quick rundown on. These ones would probably be your most standard type cups. They are just a standard length. And again, everything's in a numbered system, so this is a number 6 cup. But here's a good example of how different they can make cups for your TIG torch. So these are all 3 number 12 style cup, but you can see they have different sizes. So this is a micro size. So the micro set is probably my new favorite because it just cuts a ton of weight on your torch. And this is a standard 12 here. So the standard 12, as you can see, compared to the micro there, is a big difference in size. So obviously it's gonna be splitting hairs as far as weight goes, but overall the size of it is very different for the micro set. And when I'm doing art pieces where I'm working on the piece for hours and hours and hours, I just like to get in nice and close. I like to see everything really well. So with the micro series or micro set, whatever you wanna call it, I like it, you can just get in a lot closer. Sometimes you can even stick your tungsten out a little bit further for a little bit more tungsten stick out where you can see everything a little clearer. Again, it's just my preference, but I really like those ones. Now for the people who have no shortage of money to spend on argon, they also offer bigger style diameter cups. These ones are totally sweet as well. So starting at size 10 and up, they have different configurations which will have screens in them. And the screens obviously go all the way up to this monster here, which is an 18 cup. This thing's a monster. This 18 is so big, I don't even really know what to use it for. I have been using it for my arc dotting or pointillism, whatever you want to call it, on my art pieces. I really like it because you don't have to crank the gas up super high with this. I imagine for longer passes on things like pipe or anything you don't want to keep from heating up too much, you would have to increase your gas flow quite a bit with something like this. However, for what I'm doing with my art pieces, I tend to use this with a gas CFH level of probably around 15 to 17 CFH, and it tends to cover everything really well. Edge also offers these funky ones here. They have these ones which are called the XXLs, and these ones are just the regular XLs. So they are a longer type cup, so they can get into different configurations of tight joints where you may need to not be able to get your whole torch in there. Have a little bit more tungsten stick out, things like that. I have used these for some of my art stuff, and they do have applications which work for almost anything. It's just kind of fun to have as an option to try out. Edge also sells kits of additional screens, additional adapters, and everything else that you may need. So definitely check out Edge Welding. I'll put it on screen right now. There's their website. Also make sure you check out CanaWeld. CanaWeld's right there. And make sure you check out Shea Spec. Shea Spec stuff is also super amazing for torch customization, if you want to call it that. But again, all these links will be in the description on my video below. So if you're ever in question, just bounce down to the description. I'll have the direct links. You can just click over from there. That's basically all I'm using right now for a torch setup. That's how I put it together. I make sure everything's done up nice and tight. Make sure I don't drop it. Not much else you really need to know. Obviously, one of the main things I tell people, especially when I'm working, I have an online training program where I teach people how to TIG weld online. One of the first things we always troubleshoot is keep your tungsten clean. If any of my students are having any kind of problem, I say stop what you're doing, put a brand new tungsten in, do the same thing, and then show me the results. 90% of the time, it's usually just a dirty tungsten. So definitely that's my biggest tip of anything here is keep a clean tungsten. Don't push it if you dip once, not a big deal. I got a stack of clean tungstens here ready to go. You just swap them out, grab a new one, you're ready to party, continue on, and yeah, get clean welds out of it. Again, like I said, these sponsors that I have on my show are legitimately just because I enjoy working with their product. If I didn't like something on my channel, I would genuinely say I probably don't recommend it. This is just me in my studio. I got my dogs chilling over here. It's the only people who run this channel. It's just me. So like I said, everything here is an honest opinion. If anybody else knows of any other cool supplies or anything, let me know in the comments below. I actually like hearing what different people use, and I'll try and read all the comments and see what anyone can recommend. Be sure to check out my website. My website has an art gallery on there for all my art pieces that I've done so far. It has information on my online training program. If you want to learn anything more about my online training program, check my website out. If you want to get in touch with me, you can comment below. I will try and get back to it. YouTube's getting a little tricky with all the comments now. I'm having a tough time keeping up with them all. So if you really want to get a hold of me, if you have an idea for an episode, if you want to get a hold of me for an art commission or anything like that, check out my social media. That's my Instagram handle right there. You can hit me up through direct message. Send me a message, say what's up. I always appreciate hearing from people. And the main thing that I always talk about on my channel, every single episode I try to at least, is I encourage if you get any kind of value out of my channel, you can repay me by doing a random act of kindness for a stranger. This can be anything at all. You help someone put a tire back on their car if you see them broke down, help an old lady with her groceries at the car, write something nice on someone's Instagram, just anything at all. I'm all about positivity on this channel, spreading positivity. We could certainly use more positivity in the world right now, especially online. But again, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate anybody who watches my channel. So I hope everyone's doing good out there. Stay safe. We'll talk soon. Peace.